Hello everyone. I've tried this a couple times and I've been running into problems, so hopefully this time it will work. Just trying to give you an update about the things that are going on and the changes that are being made in order for us to move forward and hopefully get through this semester on track. So I know there's a lot of craziness going on right now. Still trying to figure out the toilet paper run that's going on, but all the changes that are being made right now are in the best interest of everyone's health. And I know you guys are young and you're probably thinking, you know, I don't have any health problems and if I get this it's not going to affect me that badly, and it's not necessarily how it affects you, but I think the biggest concern right now is how it's going to affect everybody else, especially those with compromised immune systems and the elderly. And if you don't really understand what they're doing right now, I do have this to show to you. I don't know if you've noticed on the news what's going on over in Italy. Italy has a really large elderly population, and they didn't really put a lot of protective measures in place. In fact, it was spreading very rapidly before they realized they had a problem. And the cases skyrocketed so fast that it really overwhelmed their healthcare system. And I've heard instances coming out of there that a lot of healthcare professionals are having to make choices as to whether who lives or dies because they don't have enough medical equipment like ventilators to support people through the illness. So the concern is that if we don't do something, we're going to have a similar situation here. And this graphic kind of shows you, when you don't have the protective measures, it skyrockets really quickly, it overwhelms the healthcare system, and you have a bigger problem in the long run. And the idea behind doing all this social distancing and canceling large group meetings and trying to get people to kind of isolate at home and not expose themselves is to try to do what they call flattening the curve. If they can flatten this curve, then it will keep our healthcare system from being overwhelmed and make sure a lot more people get through it okay. The only thing about flattening the curve is it just means it's going to take more time to get through the situation. So because of that, since we're kind of in limbo and we don't really know how long we're going to be in this type of situation, we're moving online, and we're going to kind of go at 2-week stretches to see where we're at in terms of how badly it's spreading and the number of cases that are falling off, that kind of thing. So right now we know we're going to go until at least the end of the month. It will probably honestly be longer, but we really won't know. We have to kind of play it by ear. And you know, this is this is one of those things, the bad thing about being an adult. You have to learn how to cope with things you don't necessarily want to cope with. I know for me, I thought 9/11 was going to be one of the worst things, you know, in terms of how it affected the country and changes that had to be made. But I guess, you know, we're still going to have to learn to roll with punches even as we get older. But these types of things teach you to be resilient and really teach you how to adapt. And that's what we're doing. We're adapting, and we're going to get through it. So I want you to be aware of the changes that we're going to be making in terms of our classes and how we're going to move forward from here. So a couple things. I'm putting a video up on Moodle. Let me figure out where I did my Moodle. Here we go. So on all your classes, and this is my 10102 class right now, but all this is going to be in all your classes. It'll show up, and you'll have the same kind of information. All right. So this video you're going to watch, we're going to move completely online. Fortunately for these classes, it's not that hard. The only thing I'm worried about is whether or not you have access, and we're going to talk about that. For those of you that have a laptop, have Excel downloaded on that laptop and are able to do your assignments, you're in good shape. You won't really have to do a whole lot different from what you're already doing. I am going to post videos online so that you can pretty much walk through the same steps that we've been doing in class and learn how to do things. I'm going to put them in smaller segments instead of one big long video, so you can kind of click around and select what you need. But those will be going up online. Okay. The other thing I want you to do is I want you to set up a Teams. And to do Teams, if you go into your email, which is what just dinged on my computer, let me find mine. All right. And you go up here to this little app launcher. like we've been doing with the OneDrive. You have a Teams option here, and the thing about Teams is you can launch it in here, or you can actually, after you get into it, you can download it too. You have an option for downloading it. But however you want to get into it, Teams is what this kind of looks. Let's see, let me go into here. I've actually been playing with it and doing a couple things. We've been playing around with it in our department to try to figure out how things work. But I've made one for all my classes. And you can go in here and you can do chat. There's a chat option, which I can see what I've been chatting with my husband in here. But you have chat options. We could actually put assignments in here if you wanted to, all kinds of new things. So I want you to feel free to come in here and talk whenever you need to, ask questions. The other thing about this is if you get stumped and you need some help, this also has a calling feature that we can call each other, and if you're having a problem doing something in Excel, I can actually share my screen with you and show you how to do it. So this is very important that you guys go in here and set this up. Now, I put a link in here in Moodle that you're going to click, and that's going to take you to set up the link for that class. Okay? So please do that, and that will enable our communication a little bit better. The other thing is there's a survey here, and you're going to go in here and answer these questions. And the reason I put these questions in here is I need to know what kind of access you're going to have, so that if we need to make some changes, we can. And we're going to do it on a case-by-case basis. So you need to come in here and tell me whether you're going to have access to internet on a daily basis or if there's going to be a problem there with connection. I need to know if you have a computer you can use at home. If you do, I need to know what kind of computer. So if it's a desktop or a laptop or a MacBook or a Chromebook, what kind of operating system it's running, I need to know all that. And if you don't have a computer, I need to know if there's a possibility you can borrow one or to use. I know that there's some talk about if you don't have a computer to use, that the library is talking about mailing laptops out for people to use. And as soon as I have more information about that, I will make it, I will put it up there, okay? The other thing I put on here is if you're worried about something with this situation, and it doesn't have to be school related, it could be like your situation where you're staying right now is not going to be great, or you're worried about running out of stuff, things like that, please let me know. Please let me know if there's something that's worrying you, you know. We got to kind of all stick together. We got to help each other. And if I can do anything to calm your fears, I will try. All right? But the key is we got to keep talking to each other so we can get through this. Okay? So please keep an eye on your email. Go in here and do the things that I've posted under this coronavirus update. Watch this video. Fill out the survey. Do the Teams link. And what I'm going to do for the rest of this week is I'm going to shift everything around so that we all line up, we can get through the semester, get videos up, and we can get rolling as soon as our extended spring break is over. All right? Please email me if you have any questions. I am here to help you. And we're going to do the best we can to make it through this situation with as little confusion and stress as possible. All right? So please, contact me if you have questions. And please stay healthy and stay safe.